Yeah, I did buy this thing. It needs a windshield, and it's gonna need some plastics, I think. Tank might even need a little bit of work here. It's not horrible though. It's actually pretty nice. We'll talk about all that tomorrow. Let's get on the road here, see how this thing drives. It's got a flat front tire right now, so I'm about to limp it down to the gas station, put some air in the front tire before we go crazy on this thing at all. So, okay, we have air, lots of air. New tire on the back, definitely needs a new tire on the front, so I'm gonna have to take it down and have a tire put on it. But at least I have air now. This should be a totally different ride. It should be a lot easier to roll. Oh yes, wow. I can already feel the difference just by holding it up. I can literally finally push it. So for those of you guys who don't know, this is a 700-pound bike. This is very heavy. And it needs some love. It needs some Dan attention, love. We will clean this bike up. It will look sexy when I'm done. Let's do this. Start button's way down here. I gotta get used to this. Not used to a little tiny start button like that. I don't know what half these switches do. Handlebar warmers, different, like there's just a lot going on here. But we should be good now. Yeah. I think she's ready. Let's do it. Oh yeah, what a way better. Oh my god, is that better? Oh my god. I was having to fight this so much. Clutch is in still really good shape. Alright. Oh shit. Alright. I cannot see out of that mirror. I should adjust it. I will reach down in a minute when I get up to a reasonable cruising speed and adjust it. I don't know who's behind me. Alright, here we go. Finally, the highway. Jeez, man. Getting to the highway was ridiculous. Let's see what this big Bertha does on the highway. Ooh, feels really grounded in the turns. I like it. Oh, buddy, yeah. Yeah, this feels really good. Really good. I'll make sure I didn't lose my wallet. She's still back there behind me somewhere. She's definitely not keeping up with me. Unfortunately. Alright, I have an 11-mile ride back now. I wish she would really pick up the pace. Come on, sweetie. One hand riding, feels comfortable, nothing's freaking out other than the ABS light, which is most likely just a sensor that needs to be replaced. Feels really good. Feels super stable. This is like the bumpiest road in the world, and though I'm getting bumped around, I don't feel uncomfortable. I feel like it's completely manageable. Like, it handles the bumps really well. I feel like you could ride this bike for hours without issue. I really wish she would catch up. There she is, finally coming from the backfield. So, to give you guys an idea, these bikes normally sell for around, like, I don't know, 5 to 7 grand used. Hold on, big bump. Oh, actually, that was a lot softer than I thought it was going to be. Thank you, good shocks and suspension. Yeah, she's way back there. I can't wait on her at this point. I need to get home. But that being said, I'm cruising it. It feels good. I'd love to have a windshield. That'd be really nice, honestly, but it is what it is. So, you know, it doesn't feel any different than being on my sport bike right now, catching all the wind in the in the face. So it's not really that big of a deal. Yeah, I gave up. I don't know where she's at. Speed limit 70. She's way back there doing like 60 something, 55. I don't know what she's doing back there. So I'm gonna get up to 70 and we're just gonna cruise here. There's 70, no problem. Pulls right up in the power band without issue. Oh, what a gorgeous bike. So just a heads up, guys, I only paid $1,800 for this. You heard what I said. Fuel injected monster, heated handle grips. Not the prettiest thing in the world, but it won't take much to bring this thing back to life. And like I said, it only cost me $1,800. So very, very smooth ride. I love the form factor. I love the handlebars. I love, yeah, this, everything about this is awesome. I need to learn what all these freaking switches do, because there's a lot of switches. And like I said, I think I have to figure out the front mount up here, because it's gone. It's not there. And none of the brackets are there for mounting it. It's gone. So I'm gonna have to solve that little situation there. But this is something you could just cruise on all day with no issues. Just sit back, enjoy the ride, say hi to people. This is a big, fun cruiser. Yeah, super smooth. Super duper smooth bike. If you pull back a little bit, she jumps up there quick, no problems. It's definitely not sport bike power, but it's more than I need. It's plenty. Dan is trying to slow down but still look sporty, so when I'm done with this thing, I think it'll look pretty good. I think I'm going to order a whole new plastics kit for this one too. I think it's deserving of it. It still feels like it's in good enough shape. Everything works. Technically, this only has 62,000 miles on it, so this thing's a baby. These things go for like almost 300,000 miles. There's actually been people getting 500,000 miles out of theirs. But the average one averages 200,000 miles. So if this only has 62,000 miles on it, this engine is just breaking in. It's just breaking in. And it runs great. I'm cruising. Everything's staying cool. Gas is working. Everything's working. Lights are working. Everything's on. I don't know how to run half the buttons on here because it has so many freaking buttons. But my hands are warm. The hand warmers are working great. It's a cool night out, so it's kind of nice. So yeah, so 62,000 miles. Like I said, this thing is basically just reaching break-in point for this engine. It sucks that the thing was left outside for so many years, but that just goes to show you Honda quality. Even though it was left outside for all that time, it functions perfectly. Perfectly. Even though it was left outside forever, the thing functions perfectly. So, but now it's in my possession, and I'm gonna have some fun with it. I'm almost home. I don't know where she's at. This might be her behind me. I think it is. I think she finally caught up. But it feels really smooth in the turns, man. You know what? I had a touring scooter. I've never had a touring, big style touring motorcycle like this. I actually am coming to appreciate this. I feel like everything is being blocked. My legs, I'm getting the proper amount of heat from the engine on my legs. All of this just feels good. I feel like I'm kind of like wrapped in a cocoon of safety. It's really interesting. I still get the sportiness. You know, this thing will snap like a 0 to 60 in 3.5, 3.7 seconds, so it's still a reasonably fast bike, you know. It's for touring. I can easily keep up with everybody now. I think top speed on this bike, if I really was to go fast, I think it's like 141, 151, somewhere around there. So the bike can go really fast if it needs to. It's still 1300 cc inline 4-cylinder fuel injected, so it's going to put out some performance. It's no slouch, that's for sure. So let me get all the way over here. I'm going to hold this lane for 1 sec, and then I'm going to click over again to stay legal. There we go. I am almost home. Dan is almost home. This was a lovely ride on this thing. It's huge. This is a big frickin' bike, man. It's a monster bike. This thing feels just big. Feels big. Alright, well, I'm gonna make this left here. Yeah, even though it's huge and it weighs 700 pounds, I can still reasonably throw it around. It's too bad I missed that turn. That's alright though. I'll get over it. They popped the helmet open so you can hear it. Sounds really happy. Sounds like it hasn't run in a long time though. Smells like it hasn't run in a long time. Like things are burning off of the engine at this point that have been just on there, you know? But it sounds really good now that it's had a good highway drive. So very smooth. And for those of you that were wondering, yes, it is a shaft-driven motorcycle. I know a couple of you guys were like, get shaft-driven. It is 100% shaft-driven bike. I feel the difference. It's super smooth. It puts down the power. I love it. It feels fantastic. I've always been told over the years, get a Pan America, get a Pan European, get one of those touring bikes that goes for, you know, it's like, they call them, these are called forever bikes. You buy one and you never ever buy another bike because they last so long. It's like Honda built the perfect motorcycle to never fail. That's basically what they did. They built the perfect bike. I think a lot of people will argue that the 1100, the ST1300 was probably the better of the two, but they decided to upgrade the 1100 model, make it a bit more sporty, and that's how we ended up with this beautiful bike right here. This gargantuan, sexy machine of greatness, super smooth, puts down the power, very quiet. I bet you if I put some exhaust on this bike, it would be a scary loud bike. I'm gonna bet it would be very loud. But this is basically an inline 4 car engine almost. That's basically what's in this, is a Honda 4-cylinder engine, fuel injected. It's basically a car engine that can rev out really high. So, but this is very limited. This is more like a car. A car normally tacks out around 8, 9, and 10. So this engine, you know, tacks out about what normal cars do. It's definitely designed for a long-range cruising, just like a car. Very, very, very smooth. So the downshifts are smooth, the upshifts are smooth. Pulls right into the turns with no issues. Wow, what a sweet bike. Yeah. Yes, sir. Man, it sounds good. I finally understand now what people are talking about. These are super smooth machines. Super smooth. Crazy. What a hell of a machine.